March dawns with a Sunday hush, a gentle beginning under a waxing gibbous moon, a celestial beacon amplifying existing energies. For you, Capricorn, this isn't a month of sudden upheavals, but a gradual, persistent unfolding, a slow burn that intensifies as the lunar cycle swells towards its fullness. Mercury and Earth, nearest companions in the cosmic dance, whisper of grounded clarity, a fertile ground for thought. Yet Uranus and Pluto linger in opposition, not as chaotic forces, but as subtle reminders of the structures you've built, and the inevitable need to reshape them when they no longer serve. The initial weeks fall into a pattern of reviewing, of noticing the subtle ways your own thinking works against you. That lingering question, what would I do if I could practice daily self-reflection, isn't just a fleeting thought, it's the cornerstone of March. Perhaps it manifests as catching yourself leaping to conclusions at a coffee shop or reacting defensively in a conversation. Those moments aren't failures, but opportunities. They're the chipped paint on the perfectly structured facade, revealing the need for repair, for deeper understanding of your own cognitive biases. The world around you subtly orchestrates opportunities for this work. Tax season, a common March ritual, isn't merely about numbers and deadlines. It's about the story your finances tell, the patterns of investment and expenditure that reveal your true priorities. A friend talking about a career change might trigger a defensiveness in you, a longing for the stability you've worked so hard to achieve. But pause. What assumptions are you making about their choices? What fear underpins your desire for control? As the days lengthen and the spring equinox nears, you might find yourself drawn to nurturing relationships. Maybe an elderly relative requires a bit more attention, a comforting gesture like a warm compress on their forehead. Or perhaps you're simply finding comfort in the quiet presence of a loved one, falling into a deep, instant sleep in their arms, a sensation of profound safety, a release of the constant self-monitoring that often defines you. This is significant, Capricorn. You're beginning to loosen your grip, to trust in connection, and to accept vulnerability. Mid-month, expect an influx of energy. Spring cleaning, both literally and figuratively, feels intensely satisfying. You start discarding not just physical clutter, but emotional baggage. A frustration from the past, a lesson once bitterly resented, begins to shift, morphing into gratitude for the growth it fostered. You feel a loosening of judgment, both towards yourself and others. This change in perspective is crucial. You step into a role, a form of the navigator. Others will seek your counsel, drawn to your calm strength and practicality. But the true power lies not in giving advice, but in holding space for others to find their own answers. Perhaps a chance encounter with a stranger, someone at a bus stop or in a park, provides an unexpected moment of clarity. Heed the special challenge, ask this stranger what advice they'd give you, knowing your deepest fear. It's unsettling, terrifying even, but the wisdom might be precisely what you need. This is a month of recognizing that knowledge comes in unexpected packages, sometimes from the most unlikely sources. The waning weeks of March intensify the lunar pull. The full moon culminates, bringing buried emotions to the surface. This isn't a collapse, but a release. As a Libra-Capricorn cosmic pair, passion flares easily. A disagreement with someone close to you is inevitable, but approach it not as a battle to be won, but as an opportunity for genuine understanding. Libra invites you to see all sides, Capricorn to translate those perspectives into practical action. Saturn, your ruling planet, lends strength, stability, and resilience. He anchors you in the face of this swirling energy. At times you may experience moments where you feel you can subtly shift certain events. This happens through carefully chosen actions that feel right, even if you can't quite articulate why. Remember, this experience puts a huge personal cost to you. The navigator carefully maneuvers to prevent disaster. The overall arc of March for you isn't about achieving grand goals. It's about releasing deeply ingrained patterns, fostering self-awareness, and allowing for greater authenticity. It's about recognizing the significance of the small, everyday moments, the shared cup of tea, the comforting touch, the random act of kindness, and how those moments build towards a more fulfilling existence. You discover quietly and steadily that safety isn't built on control, but on genuine connection, and that the greatest freedom lies in releasing the fear of judgment.